there folks, welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today I'm bringing you along for another cherry recipe. Today we're going to do chocolate cherry preserves. Sorry, normally you see my face in the beginning of the video, but I'm looking a little bit of a mess right now, so you're getting the ingredients and not me. So what we're going to do is jump right into this. I'm going to show you what we're working with, tell you what we're going to do, and we'll move on from there. So this is going to sound familiar because we have been through this in a couple videos so far, but I'm going to keep going over it. So I have here in the viewer the classic Pectin from Ball. I use the low sugar recipe on the inside of this package. See, it just peels open. This is the recipe that I use. Da-da-da. Okay, so I am doing a triple batch. So I have 4 cups of cherries. I have 3 cups of sugar. I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of Dutch cocoa powder. I get this from the Amish store. My friend Kristen lives in Wisconsin, and when I go up and visit her, I stock up on this stuff, or she kindly sends it to me if I need a refill. And I've got 3 tablespoons of lemon juice is what I'm going to use for this. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Oh, and we'll use 4.5 tablespoons of Pectin. Let me just double check that to make sure I'm giving you the right amount. Yes, 4.5 tablespoons of Pectin. So we're going to get the cherries in here. Alright. Get the cherries in. We're going to get 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we're going to get our Pectin in here. So put this in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. Okay, so we got all of those ingredients in. We are going to get this mixed together here so that everything is incorporated. And I'm going to use my immersion blender here. I want to make sure I'm not like standing right in front of you guys. And I'm just going to, again, I'm going to break up the cherries a little bit. I still like to have some pieces of cherry in there, so I'm not going to go crazy. But I'm just going to get it broken down a little bit. There we go. Just like that. I'm telling you, this immersion blender was a seriously good investment, and honestly, I didn't even spend that much on it. I think I paid like maybe $30 or $40 for it. It's the OXA brand. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cocoa powder in here. Of course, have you ever have it where you can't find the measuring cup you're looking for? That's what I'm experiencing right now. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to get a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder in here. Let's see what that looks like. This all mixed in. I may decide to go a little heavier on the cocoa powder once we get it in here and we see what it looks like. So we want to get it in, get it all incorporated. Oh, I think that's perfect. I think I like what I'm seeing. When you're using cocoa powder, if you haven't had any experience using it before, it will clump up, so you just need to work at it a little bit, make sure that you get all the lumps of cocoa powder worked in. It's a little bit of a labor of love, but it's worth it, in my opinion. Alright, so far we're looking good. Making sure I'm not giving you guys the cold shoulder here. Okay. So, I'm going to continue to mix this. Let this come up to a boil, and then I will get the sugar in, and we'll move on from there. Okay, folks, we're back. We are at a rolling boil. I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar in here and get this stirred in. And I will tell you that the smell of this is amazing. I mean, it really is going to be like a jar of chocolate-covered cherries, which I think will be delightful. So, we're just going to get all that sugar incorporated. And again, I always use the low sugar recipe just because I don't like things to be overly sweet. I prefer things to be, I don't know, I guess a little bit more naturally flavored, if that makes sense. I just don't, it's a personal taste, you know, so there is a regular recipe on the inside of the ball package, which I have used in the past, that works wonderfully, so that is an option for you if you are, you know, opposed to low sugar, or you just want things to be sweeter. Feel free to use that recipe. Really the main difference is it's more sugar. I don't know if let me look at the recipe here and see what else changes with that recipe. So for the regular recipe, yeah, you still use the same amount of lemon juice, same amount of fruit, same amount of pectin. Yeah, you just use more sugar. It's really all there is to it. So I would say, like many things, especially when canning, it's a personal preference. I prefer to go low sugar. You do what suits you. Just remember to stir, 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 because it will burn very quickly otherwise. And especially with this recipe, you definitely do not want the flavor of burnt chocolate, because I don't know if you folks have ever burnt anything that's chocolate before, but chocolate gets very bitter if you burn it. So I want to be extra super careful, making sure that you're continuing to stir, keeping things moving around, waiting for it to come back to the boil, which we are at. So we're going to set our timer for 1 minute. Alright, and now we will continue to stir. This is where it's going to start to rise up again. Remember, like I've shown you before, this is why you use a bigger pot than what you think you're going to need, because it is going to expand in your pot. So you're just going to keep stirring for the full minute. I'll tell you, I love making jams and jellies, but standing over this pot and stirring it makes me hot. It's like regular canning, you tend to be away from the heat a little bit more, but with this, you are right in the middle of it, and there is no getting away from it. That's why I look a little disheveled, which is why you have not seen my face on camera. Alright, timer going off. We're going to flip the burner off. Like I've told you before, continue to stir until the boil stops. And we got our funnel and our ladle. So we're going to go ahead and get this in the jar. Oh, God, this looks amazing. This is another one just I mean, just a beautiful color on this. If you folks have seen previous videos, you'll see that the cherries really do adopt the colors of the ingredients that you're adding to them. When I did the balsamic, it really came out to be a super rich color. This is proving to be the same. I want to get to that 1/4 inch head space. There we go. Grab my cloth here. I got it in some warm, well, hot water. Get the rim of this nice and clean. I mean, with a good funnel, you don't really run into too many problems with that, but you still always want to clean it just to be on the safe side, making sure you don't have any sugar that's going to impede your seal. So get that on there. I'm going to get rings on these, get them back in the canner, get the other 2 jars filled up. And as we have with the other jams and jellies, we're going to bring this up to a full rolling boil. We'll time it for 10 minutes, turn it down, take the lid off, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then we'll remove the jars, and I'll bring you back at that point so you can see the finished product. Okay folks, we're back, and these were at a rolling boil for 10 minutes. I've now let them sit for 5 minutes. Alright, this is the result. I mean, it is just, again, the color is extraordinary. So, pretty happy with this one. Oh, there's the ping already. So the nice thing about jams and jellies is they, whoops, sorry, that was my cupboard door, is they do not take long to ping, typically. So, I'm going to get the rest of these out of the canner and tell you folks that I got some more cherry stuff coming. I started out with 10 pounds of cherries, so when I get to the last cherry video, I'll let you know. I'll kind of do a wrap-up of everything that I got out of the 10 pounds of cherries. So, I hope you like this recipe. Come back and see us for the next one. If you did like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I hope you had a great day.